What's up? Thank you guys so much for coming to watch. I hope you guys enjoy what I am building. Please send me a message or you can join the wait list for the application that I have built called KlubKollab. It's an application so content creators like you and I who want to collaborate on projects can meet with each other and collaborate. So I'm going to build tools in here. I'm going to build out like a group matching feature so multiple people can match with other multiple people. So let's get this application fired up. There go the cats. So I'm using Windsurf and Lovable. So I like using Lovable to build the front end, and then I use Windsurf to tie everything together. So and to build out a lot of the different features that require coding across multiple pages, multiple components. Windsurf is I love Windsurf, and the credits are a lot cheaper with Windsurf. I wish I had a if I had an invitation code, I would give you a one, but I don't. But yeah, but I do have one for Lovable, so I'll put that below. So I am in the KlubKollab project. Let me install everything. So what I need to work on now is I built the admin terminal within the app, and they really getting it in. I think the one cat jumped inside the cavity. Anyway, I built the admin terminal. I need to install. I need to run it. I built the admin terminal, and the admin terminal has the waitlist feature built in. The company I'm using for email, I don't know what's happening. I'm going to use Resend, but even when I set up my SMTP settings through Resend, I was still having like an issue with receiving emails on time and it sending it when it was supposed to send it. So I'm building out the features so I can be admin on the application from my phone wherever I am. I don't have everything built into it, but just like the bare essentials are in there. So one thing I want to be able to do is onboard people wherever I'm at, because right now the application is only in the cats are distracting me. I'm so sorry. The application is in invite only mode. So if you send me a message and you want to join, or if you get on the wait list and I add you to the wait list, unless you get the paid tier, you're gonna have 3 invites per month. So that's how that works. So let me get this thing loaded up. And you guys can sit with me and watch as I build out the application. Oh wait, I don't know why it should be finished. So I'm just gonna send this over again. I don't know why the terminal commands have been hanging for like the last 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know what's up with that. Last like 2 weeks, I've been having a lot of terminal hangs. So it is ready. If this is your first time seeing the application, all right, and we're having some issues again. This is a great thing about Lovable, Windsurf, Bowl, all these tools, Replit. You can just have them get everything up and running for you. Another great thing about this is you can get these tools to do a lot of things that you would sit here and have to do all the work on your own. So I could go grab a cup of coffee while it's getting this ready. I'm not going to drink coffee tonight though. Not this time. I think what happened was because the terminal hung, it didn't properly load all the components to make the application run. So the development server needs to run so the application can run. And the terminal is hanging again. I don't really understand why that's happening. Um, I'll do some work to get that fixed. So here's here's some of the plans. One thing I love about Windsurf is it will make notes and document everything possible. But I'm gonna get out of there. I'm gonna get out of Grok, and I'm gonna load up Lovable. So um, I should have some credits in Lovable. So that's the landing page. I give some information about the application. I also give you guys a free trending tool. So what's trending right now on social media is all that's right here. Okay, I'm not worried about the live preview. So you can join the waitlist here. If you have an invite code, which I can send you, you can click right there for the invites. Here's where you log in. And here are the most recent pushes I did from Windsurf. All right, let's get that out of there. That's some research I'm doing, but I already completed that research. So I need to fix the waitlist. So let's see, what can I do? And Lovable also has an agent that you can chat with. So what I love to do is I love to chat with the agent first, and then the agent will give you a detailed plan of how to address, add, or fix the issue that you're dealing with. So one thing I can explain to you guys to do if you're using tools like Lovable, Replit, Base 44, Windsurf, Cursor, if you have something that you want these tools to do, prompt another AI first to give you a prompt to use with them because you get much better results. So one thing that I do like is I do know that Bolt and Lovable kind of sort of have like the same functionality with the agent. You can kind of sort of tell the agent what you want, and the agent will enhance what you're telling it. So I'm about to show you guys that feature right now. So the waitlist has limited functionality. Let's improve the waitlist so it functions properly 100%. And what else can I say? The admin should be to onboard new users from the wait list. Oh yeah, they going in. I need to change a few things here. The admin terminal wait list. All right, so I had to make sure I gave it the proper. You have to tell these tools. You have to give them as much detail as you can, especially when you want to fix specific things, because sometimes they'll get confused and completely do something you didn't ask for whatsoever. So you have to be like, you don't always have to be 100% detailed, because there's one test that I do in Windsurf where sometimes I purposely misspell things, and I just go with the vibes when typing. Like whatever I type is what I type, and it'll, believe it or not, it'll do what it's supposed to do. So you can be very creative with how you use these tools. I'm not really too concerned about the preview because I know this is built out and it works. I have a lot going on with this app on the back end, so sometimes I don't. Lovable wasn't really designed for having a full platform built into the app, but that's what I did. Like KlubKollab is a full platform for matching with other content creators. So you have the matching feature that is similar to Tinder, Bumble, where you can swipe on who you potentially want to meet. But then I also have another element of the application built out that's kind of sort of like a social media element. So the app is relatively robust. It's still just an MVP because there's a lot more that can be built out. So um, it's still relatively smaller in terms of most apps, but for what these tools provide, it's a little bit larger than what they need. And I have security built out. Like, um, if you upload a picture, it's stripping the metadata. I have like a lot of security features built in. So that's also one of the reasons why the app could be so big. So it's telling me the missing critical piece is actual user onboarding process. Currently, the system can mark users as invited but has no mechanism to actually create user accounts and transition them from waitlist to active users. This is essential for a functioning waitlist system. Would you like me to implement the yes? Usually, it'll have it'll say implement this plan, but I guess I'll tell it to create a plan to implement. Typically, it does that, but I don't know why it's not this time. Maybe they changed the feature in it. All right, so there's some build errors with the waitlist system, and I'm aware of that. Like the few times I asked it to build it, it built it out, but it didn't completely build it with zero errors. That's another little twist too. Like you have to tell it that you don't want anything messed up when it's built. At least if you're using my cats are tweaking right now. At least if you're using Claude. This is pretty exhaustive. I might have to finish the rest of this in Windsurf. Yeah, there's an error when I load that system up. So that's basically what it's telling me now. Enhance. I don't want the interface change. So I'm reading out each of the phases, what they're going to add to the functionality and implement this plan. I don't know if I have enough credits for this, but we're going to see. My credits refresh in like 5 or 6 days. But one of the tricks to this is like I said, I'm using Windsurf and Lovable. So um, sometimes I will have Lovable do certain parts because however they program their agent to work with building out specific features, if you give it the right rule set, it's going to do what you tell it to do. So you have to give Lovable, Windsurf, you have to give all these tools rules, or they're just going to be, for the most part, they're going to be OD, and sometimes they hallucinate and do things that you didn't ask them to do. So make sure you give them rules so it's creating in the way you would like it to create. Because if not, it's going to be doing too much. Sometimes, not all the times. Sometimes. But it'll just be that one time where it does the one thing you didn't want and it breaks everything. And then here you go burning up credits trying to fix everything. Unless you have restore points built in. That's one. If there's one tip you take from this video today, and you're going to build products with these tools, have rules to create restore points. So just in case something goes wrong, you can restore the project to a previous state. So it's fixing the build errors and implementing the enhanced waitlist system. It has some syntax errors, so it's fixing the syntax errors. I think I'm gonna try to record long enough to publish this so we can see the new fix in action if I don't run out of credits. Making sure you have enough credits will have you living rough out here. Like, you can really, really, really go hard making sure you spend the credits. But look at it this way. You could be spending 10, 20, 30, $100,000 on a whole dev team building it out, or you can just get the appropriate credits. So having a dev team is definitely like a hands-off approach. Like, you tell them what you want. You have a couple meetings, discuss everything, discuss all the tools, all the features, what you want to do, what, when, where, how. This is a little more hands-on than a dev team. Good. Now let me proceed with implementing the enhanced waitlist system. Let's go with onboarding. I'll start with the database enhancements. So it's working. I guess it's going to keep on trying to start the live preview. All right, let's see. So I'm just reviewing the changes. All right, this looks good. Let's scroll to the bottom. And the build was unsuccessful. So one thing I do like about Lovable is it will try again, and the try again won't actually use your credits. So, like I said, their agent works really well, so it's going to think about this step by step to resolve the issue. This is the beauty of this. I can sit here and code most of the morning and build out so many other elements of the site, but what I like to do is I like to build out like a lot of elements all at once that I think I would need, and then I'll just go back and just enhance them and build them out completely with no errors. I know that way can sometimes cause issues and cause like the app to crash, but I just like to see everything I need all at once, and then I build the backend onto it and build out the functionality. It deleted my metadata stripper. I'm gonna have to build that back in. I don't know why. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it'll just do like random stuff you didn't ask for, and I have in the rules to only address what I asked you to address. So now I have to put the metadata stripper back in there again. Oh, it didn't delete it. It edited it. All right, that's cool. No, it did delete it. Absolutely need a metadata stripper in here. Like, if you're going to build a site where you're going to host other users' images, you need that metadata stripped. I mean, nobody wants to have anything happen to their site, but it's bad people out here, and sometimes bad people know how to do things that you may not be prepared for. So I would definitely advise you guys to use the best security you can. But if all else fails, strip that metadata so people can't figure out where people took pictures, where they were at, how they did it. All right, so we're saying to fix it. So let me publish this. A little bit of super base warnings. Really, it's not 23. I don't know why this takes so long to update, but I removed all the security warnings, but it's still saying they're there. I think it's just like a super base thing. It doesn't. You fix issues and it doesn't populate right away that it got fixed. So I am pushing the update. I don't have to work. Like I can push updates whenever I want for now because there's not a ton of users on here. So the project updated and it is complete. So let's test out the actual waitlist. And I think I still have credits left. So here's another project I'm working on. I just want to see if I have credits. So this is going to be called Final Note. And this is going to be I got one credit left. Final Note is going to be a comprehensive messaging system. This is going to be real cool. I can't wait to tell you about that. But basically, you can message other users on top of. It's an inline messaging system that's inline with a notepad. So, like, when you're messaging people back and forth and then you have to share a note or share another document, the way I'm setting it up, you can message that person within the document that both of you are making changes and edits to. And there's a lot more features to it that I will get into at another time, at another date. So we are really here just to see what's happening with KlubKollab. So that was the old KlubKollab design. This is the new one. Let me see if I refresh if it'll. Bam. So let's go to the admin terminal. And here is the waitlist management. And there was an error. So I'm gonna have to fix this error in Windsurf. As a matter of fact, let me log out and log back in. Yeah, so it's failing to fetch the waitlist data. I might just have to fix this in Superbase, but I'm going to take another shot at it with Windsurf, since Windsurf is still open. All right, let's do this again. npm install. Run the development. So there are some issues, and Windsurf is addressing the issues. This is where we got hung up at the last time, so let's see what happens this time. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to try to get something fixed here. So what you can do now is type in npm audit fix. Something's broken. All right, there's 3 moderate security vulnerabilities. but they don't affect the deployment. So yeah, see right here. Let's take a look. Let's see what we can let's try to fix the Vite server. So I'm asking it to update the most compatible versions of Vite in the ES build. I know Lovable kind of sort of well, for me, I'm not sure if this happens all the time. I'm not sure if it's the exact stack, but I had updated to the most up to date version of Vite, and Lovable just wasn't trying to have it, so I had to downgrade. All right, so they're updated to the most recent, well, not the most recent versions, but they're updated. It successfully resolved the security vulnerabilities. And now let's see if we can fix the waitlist issue. Should be able to. I'm gonna run the development. Everything is working smoothly so far. All right, there's something happening, but Cascade through Windsurf is addressing all the issues that are going wrong right now. Ooh, the Chargers are crushing Detroit. Yikes. I know they glorify building with these tools, but this is just the one part that they don't really tell you. Like sometimes you run into these issues where you just loop back to these issues over and over and over again, and sometimes some of the models just don't know how to fix a certain issue. So you have to, especially with tools like Windsurf, bounce back to different models. So that's like one of the main reason I switched over to Windsurf after using Bolt, after using Replit, after using Lovable, is you can switch the model. So different models are going to work with different codes in different ways. Um, from my experience, Claude Sonnet 4, Claude Sonnet 3.5, 3.7, those are like some of the most reliable models. I'm definitely going to add in Kimi K2. Kimi K2 is amazing, but Kimi K2 doesn't always work the best when you're using an IDE. It's mixed results for the most part. I mean, for the most part, Kimi K2 is going to like knock things out, but sometimes when you try to use a different model to work with the code that Kimi K2 made, it gets confused. So the thing is, Kimi K2 works amazingly, but if Kimi K2 gets something wrong, nothing can fix it. None of these models can fix it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of sort of like the double edged sword with Kimi K2. It can do something amazing, but if something goes wrong with that amazing that it made, yeah, you got your work cut out. We're trying to hang with you guys till completion, but I am running into issues again. So hold on real quick. Let me see. I just don't want to make these videos too long. I don't want to have like an hour long video of me working on my project. And one of these times I might do that. Maybe more than one of these times. But right now I'm trying to keep this short and concise for you guys so you can kind of see the work in progress that I have going on and see how things are going. I'll do longer videos later, but right now just isn't the time for me to do longer videos. Yeah, so Vite updated from 5 to version 7. There still might be compatibility issues, so that is the problem. Alright, so the server is running, so boom, there we go. So that's what it was. When you're having issues like that, there's probably an issue with the components being up to date. And that sound that's another reason I like Windsurf is it has that sound when something's finished. It gives you that little sound, so you know you can come check out what's going on and pay attention to whatever just happened. So yeah, so this is working. All right, let's check out the waitlist management. So one thing I like about this spoon, you can get this a little screenshot, just drag it right into the context window. So what I'll do is when there's ever a console error, I'll add what I want to fix, and then I'll type also, and then boom, I'll click the console error, and it will address both of them. So I got a text message. Let me see who's texting me right now. People talking about the game. Ooh, my phone battery is on a low level. I can see the waitlist is failing because of a missing invite at column database. So we're going to get that fixed. So I have an MCP server set up, and it's using the MCP server to address the database issues and write to it and look at it and do whatever it needs to do with the database. It's going to add the missing column to the database schema. How could you not want to work like this? Like this is the life. It's applying the migration. I don't want to use Docker. I don't know why I keep trying to use Docker. I've given it rules multiple times not to use Docker, but it's trying to use Docker. Docker works great. Docker is a great product. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I can't see what that says, but it's in the console error. So I wish this could move. Like if I could slide this over there, Windsurf, if you're watching, allow this to be like a pop out, like maybe we can click it and pop it out, or just like drag this around. A lot of times when I'm coding in here, there are elements that pop up here and I can't see them because I can't get them to pop up anywhere else. Like it seems like a relatively decent place to put something like that, but it's really not if you can't minimize it. Alright, so it's telling me it should work properly. So jump to settings, go back to the admin terminal, waitlist management, and we got the error again. So I'm missing the console logs. You can read the console logs, but when you're really just trying to get things fixed, just click it and send it. True vibe code vibing, right? That's how you vibe. Restarted the development servers. It's saying it should be fixed, so. And it's not fixed. Not unless. Yeah, it's definitely not fixed. So, shoot the console logs over. I'll just stop this. This fix could take longer. And this is the part that they don't talk about. You know what I mean? If something just doesn't work right, sometimes it goes in loops trying to figure out what the problem is, going over and over and over until it gets it right. If you got the credits to do that until it can get it right. Because you can run out of credits too trying to fix things. Unless you just want to dig in and do it by hand. So I have planning mode turned on in Windsurf, which is this section here in the white. It will figure out a plan. If that isn't enabled, then you want to give it a plan. You want to tell it, work on this process step by step, or you want to tell it, create this process in a 5-phase process, or fix this in a, like you want to tell it how many phases to actually do, or how many steps you want it to do it in, and it'll figure it out. All right, so it added some components. It's telling me there's one user on the wait list. There's one user awaiting an invite. This is the test user that I created. So, all right. So I will tell it apply migrations using MCP server. And number 3. One thing I like about Windsurf is it'll be like number 1, number 2, number 3. You can just be like, do number 2, do number 3, do number 1 and number 3, do number 2 and number 3. Like, all right, so the migration was applied. So I have this on GitHub, and GitHub Lovable automatically pushes to GitHub, but Windsurf won't automatically do it unless you structure it that way. I don't have mine pulling from GitHub automatically. I have to tell it to. So the fact that it deleted the metadata scraper, I'm gonna push this to Lovable, and the metadata scraper is still in here, and I'll just check. So I'm gonna go into the chat because this has a chat mode also, and I'm gonna ask it, does the metadata scraper, wait, I don't want to say it that way, is the metadata scraper still functional? Just gonna explore and check. Yeah, it's still working. Yeah, so I don't know why Lovable wanted to nix my metadata scraper. It's functional, it's comprehensive. It has all the security features in it, so it can scrape all the different formats. I don't know what was up with that, but we're going to push the update to GitHub. Well, wait, let's test it first. My cats are going there right now. No errors. Yes, let's go. So now we are going to push get with Lovable compatible settings. You have to do that for this app because if I don't do that for this app, it's not gonna the push isn't gonna work. You'll be pushing all day, all night without asking it to give you a Lovable compatible push. Alright, so now it's trying to pull. I don't want to pull because I need the scraper. Like, bro. Alright, so it's going to commit our changes, but I'm going to have to read all this because now I need to make sure that scraper is still in there. Alright, my camera died. But yeah, I'm gonna go test this and see if it's doing what it's supposed to do. So I'll log out and log back in. I'm gonna go to the admin terminal, waitlist management, and I am not receiving a warning. So if you guys want to join the site, make sure you go to KlubKollab.com, scroll down to where it says add me to waitlist. And once I see you on a waitlist, I will add you into the application. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, drop them below. I will be back while I'm working on the app because there's a lot more I need to do. But I just want to film the progress that I get, and I want to film as I'm working on the app. So that's it. Peace.